So in addition to some of these other things, you mentioned the border, which is, the border is secure. And interestingly, so I don't know how these people are getting through, like the human smuggling operation from ISIS members. How'd that happen? What's going on there? KJP was asked about the ISIS sympathizer smuggling operation and how that's going at the border.
Thank you, Karine. How is it possible that an ISIS sympathizer is sneaking people into this country?
You can't make this stuff
just
up.
So that folks, I'm assuming you're speaking to the CNN story, right? Okay, so I just want to make sure that folks who are watching understand the question. So I just want to be really clear here. So the intelligence alerted us to a human smuggling network. We moved fast and successfully to disrupt it.
They're like Flash.
So I just want to be very clear of that. And we are being.
You disrupted it. Are you saying that you know where all of the people this ISIS sympathizer snuck into the country are?
If I can answer the question, I'm sure I'll touch on everything that you want to ask me.
I doubt that.
Nope.
Intelligence alerted us of this human smuggling network.
Right. This is a CNN story you're talking about?
And we moved fastly, and we successfully disrupted it. So let's be very clear about that.
Let's be very clear about that.
We're very grateful to the law enforcement for their quick work and their vigilance on this.
They're fast. They're on it.
To your other part of the question, smugglers have been detained overseas, including one linked to the foreign terrorist organization. No sign. There's no sign that anyone moved by the smuggling network has terrorism connection. So I want to be clear there as well. And what we were able to do as precaution, people brought here by smuggling network are being subject to extra vetting are all in removal proceeding. And in addition to that, anyone coming across the border outside of the network who matches the profile of those in the smuggling network is subject to extra vetting, detained and put in expedited removal proceedings as well.
Then they're taking unprecedented steps here. So I'm glad. That's really
extra vetting. What does that mean? With this administration, does that mean a pat on the back when they come through? What does that mean? Yeah, are they getting more money? What is extra vetting? I'd love to see what these guidelines are.
Couple extra apps on the phone they give you. Extra vetting.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Madness.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh, by the way, follow up. We said on Monday we had the video of the news report that showed that they had opened the wall to just kind of let people in. Well, apparently, and I knew there had to be something else here. What justification are they using? It may not be accurate, but what justification are they using for opening these gates and welding them open during upcoming monsoon season? Apparently, you can't have the wall there because then stuff will get trapped and you got to open it and let everything flow through. So now not only can immigrants flow through, but then the debris from the flash floods and stuff. So I knew they were going to have some reasoning behind that. And sure enough, they're saying it's to let the water and the debris from monsoon season go through.
Monsoon season?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing down in the desert Southwest. So...
All right.
So we got to open the gates because, but you saw the gates. It wasn't like a flat wall. It had spacing in it. Bro, I don't know. That's what they're saying. This administration.
What a bizarre explanation.
Can't stand them.
What a bizarre explanation. Jeez.
Good times, right?
Yeah. Also, KJP wouldn't answer a question about boys playing girls sports yesterday.
Daughters, does he care that girls are allowed to compete in sports without fear of injury? Does he think it's fair for girls to have to compete against biological males? I
just answered the question. It is a complicated issue. It is truly a complicated issue with a wide range of views. There is no yes or no answer to this.
There is.
It is complicated. There's a rule that the Department of Education has put forward, and we're going to let that process move forward. It is, again, we want to make sure that while we establish guardrails with this rule, that we also prevent discrimination.
She just didn't say guardrails, right? Instead of guard
a complicated issue with a wide range of views, and we respect that.
It's a complicated issue.
Complicated.
When it's a complicated issue, you got to have guardrails.
Guardrails.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you pointed out guardrails because the only reason I had them pull this next clip is because We've all made this mispronunciation that you will hear in the next clip.
Okay.
But wait, time out. Wait, let me finish this setup here. I want us to remember this. I want us to remember God rails. I want us to remember the word you're about to hear because you know KJP. She literally cannot pronounce the simplest things. And so here we go. Talking about Russia.
A Russian warlord himself, a cold.
It's a warlord. He's a warlord. I promise you that will come up again.
A Russian warlord.
Now we've all done that. You know, it's speaking real quickly or something. No, but you corrected it. Right there. I don't think she knows. I think she really doesn't.
A Russian warlord himself, a cold.
No, she probably doesn't
know. It's like the A breathing room.
Yeah.
Because she, like you said, did not correct herself.
Oh, my gosh. She's looking at it. She's looking at her great big book of everything, and she still says warlord.
And doesn't correct it.
God rails and warlord.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's great.
Is it? I mean,
and
what
look,
a treat.
it's a complicated issue.
No, it's complicated.
I don't understand how that's complicated.
It's complicated.
Okay.
You know, because it's hard to imagine that boys have a penis and girls have a vagina, like we heard in Kindergarten Cop. You know, but he got kind of the heart of the complicated issue there. Didn't he
did.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah, it didn't seem that complicated, but it is. It just is.
Just is.
It's not complicated. You don't allow them to play women's sports.